Sales belief is a critical factor in success in the selling world. Many salespeople are out there selling product and services they don't believe in. And if you don't believe in it yourself, what makes you think anyone else is going to believe you about purchasing your product or service? Sales belief is critical in your success. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Tuesday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. And we are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Well, where is this cutting edge? For all of us, the quality of our people is the cutting edge for success in Japan. In this show, I will stimulate your thinking about ramping up your business, bring you insights from the best training organization on the planet, provide you with the highest quality Japan information, motivate you to motivate yourself and motivate those around you, help you to shoot the lights out at results time. I don't want to just help you to succeed in your business. I want you to dominate. Before we get going into this week's topic, here is what caught my attention lately. Jerome Shushan is a brilliant marketer. He runs Godiva Chocolates here in Japan and recently published a book in Japan called Hitting the Target. He was drawing on analogies from his study of Japanese traditional longbow archery, or kyudo, to business. He had grown his business substantially over a number of years and was talking about how they did that. Just recently, he also conducted a genius piece of guerrilla marketing. He took a full-color page in the national daily, the Nikkei newspaper, which has a circulation of 3.2 million subscribers. In this full-page article, he suggested everyone dump the practice of giving obligation chocolates on Valentine's Day and instead only give gifts to people you really care about. In companies across Japan, women give their male co-workers very cheap and ordinary chocolates on Valentine's Day as a sense of obligation. A month later, the men reciprocate, but their chocolates will be slightly higher in value. Either way, the quality of the chocolates is nothing to get excited about. We do this in our office too. And now Jerome is asking why we all keep bothering with this dubious custom. The article was very costly to run, probably around $200,000, $240,000 US. The upshot, though, was that it created a storm of debate and activity and got picked up everywhere in the media, mainstream and social. The initial advertising investment was large, but the subsequent free media was just plain vast. And the name recognition factor for Godiva was totally brilliant. The domestic chocolate makers would be seething because no one buys Godiva chocolates as obligation chocolates. So Jerome was advocating a non-buying policy that will never impact his own sales. In fact, the attention alone will no doubt drive his brand and sales much, much further into the market. He has really disrupted a traditional market here in Japan, and that is not an easy thing to do. I'll be interested to see the ROI on this one. This is episode number 22, and we are talking about sales belief. それでは行きましょう. So, let's get going. The hardest part of a sales job in the world is selling something you don't believe in yourself. The acid test is, would you sell this whatever to your grandmother? If the answer is no, then get out of there right now. It is rarely that clear-cut though. The more important test is whether what you are selling solves the client's problem or not. Selling clients on things that are not in their best interest is a formula for long-term failure and personal and professional brand suicide. There are elements of the sales process which are so fundamental, you wonder why I would even bring them up. For example, believing in what you sell. There are lots of salespeople, though, trapped in jobs where they don't believe but keep selling. You don't have to look far to find them. They are going through the motions, but you never feel they have your best interests at heart. They usually don't have any other sales process than blarney and BS. We may buy from these people, but we come to bitterly resent being conned, and we don't forgive or forget. Today, with social media, your crime is soon broadcast far and wide, warning everyone to be careful when dealing with the likes of you. So, what should we do? Find out more about this when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Sales Advantage course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs? No sale. Can't present the solution convincingly? No sale. Can't handle objections properly? No sale. Can't close? No sale. Master the sales process by doing the Sales Advantage course now in either Japanese or English. Welcome back. The more common problem is that they actually do believe in what they sell, but they are not professional enough to be convincing in the sales conversation. They often have a sales personality deficiency where they are not good with people or not good with different types of people. They get into sales by accident. They should have been screened out from the start, but sadly, the world is just not that logical. When I joined Shinsei's retail bank here in Tokyo, I recognized immediately that 70% of the sales people should never have been given a sales role. My brief was, we have 300 salespeople and we are not getting anywhere. Come in and fix it. The vast majority of people in the role of convincing wealthy Japanese customers to buy our financial products were really suffering. They lacked the communication skills, the people skills, the persuasion power, the warmth, the concern for the customer, etc., 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 which they needed to be successful. Why on earth were they there then, you might ask? Many of them had never been in a sales role. Many had been in backroom jobs, never facing customers. When Shinsei moved all of the operations components of the branches out, they gained tremendous efficiency. The operations part became centralized and worked like a charm. But the operations staff were still there and were given sales jobs. Disastrous for them. How about your sales team? Are all of your colleagues in the right role? Are you in the right role? As Shinsei, we worked out who was best suited for the sales role and gave those people the proper training to equip them for success. The remainder were given a role elsewhere in the bank. What training did we give them? Before I arrived, mathematics was thought to be really important for bankers. It probably is for certain roles, but the ability to ask good questions, to fully understand wealthy customers' needs was much, much more important. So, was the understanding that first impressions should not be left to chance, but need to be created? Was that there? No. If I don't like you or trust you, why should I want to buy anything from you? At Dale Carnegie, we do a lot of sales training, and we see the same client issues come up continuously. Certainty around the thing being sold must be in evidence. Selling is a transfer of your enthusiasm for the product or service to the buyer. Your body language must naturally exude belief. Your face needs to be friendly. This sounds a bit ridiculous, except that many people in sales roles don't smile. They don't smile easily. They don't exude warmth, coming across as cold, hard, clinical, mercenary, and overly efficient. We all love to buy, but we hate being sold, and efficient salespeople make us nervous. Fluency in communication is critical, be it in Japanese or English. A lot of filler words like eto, ano, etc. might help you to think of what you want to say next, but you come across as if you are not sure or convinced about what you are saying or proposing. We definitely don't buy salesperson uncertainty. Record your own sales conversations and check if what you are saying is coming out in a professional manner, bolstering the confidence of the buyer in what you are saying. A totally canned sales speech is the opposite problem. I sold encyclopedias door-to-door for Britannica as my first sales job, and we had to pass a memory test where we could recite the entire 20-minute presentation precisely. Having passed, we were then dropped off in a forlorn working-class outer suburb in my hometown of Brisbane and turned loose on an unsuspecting public. There were no questions involved, but a lot of data dumping going on in that canned speech. Astonishingly, despite all we know, 40 years later, there are still people trying to make careers in sales while wading through minute after minute of the features of the whatever. Where are the client questions? The needs understanding, the explanation of the benefits, the application of the benefits, the evidence, the proper sales basics. Success in sales is based on following a sales process. That process is based on 3 powerful foundations. Your belief in what you're selling, your ability to fluently articulate back to the buyer what you heard they need and how your solution satisfies their need. If you want to be successful in sales, make sure you introduce a proper sales process. Get certainty, get fluency, and get going. Keep pushing hard with us here at the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Subscribe on YouTube, share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now, japan.dalecarnegie.com. It is awesome value, so check it out. In episode 23, we are talking about leading introverts. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Until then, create seriously massive levels of success. We are here to help you do that. Dale Carnegie Training Japan has only one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.